Yeah, I had no idea this movie dropped, like, last month. Didn't even know, but here we are now. And again, everyone is whack. Seriously, literally a minute into the movie and Manny is already attempting to assault Greg. What an asshole. Just... Frank forgets to put on his pants for whatever reason, and yo, he goes for his shins. What a freaking menace. And right before Greg's parents leave for the weekend, Manny gets in one last cheap shot when Greg wasn't looking. And you know, he looks all innocent when his mom is looking at him, but the second Susan turns away, Manny just glares. He definitely knows what he's doing. Also, I know we're focused on Manny here, but the entire time this is happening, Greg is complaining how he can't take care of himself without his parents.
Can't leave me and Roger alone together for a whole weekend. Mom, we literally don't even know how to take care of ourselves.
Which, like, aren't you at least 13 here? Just slap some pizza rolls into the oven, play some Overwatch, and call it a night. What is tripping him up so much? Anyways, Greg's parents leave for the weekend, and the second they do, Roderick starts planning a party at his house. And I always love how teenagers are represented in movies. I can't speak for all of you, but I feel like not all teens are emo kids with piercings who spray paint trucks and skateboard. Now, in the books, Roderick just threw the party and locked Greg in the basement. Fine, not really a terrible guy. But in this movie, they kind of make Roderick a real jerk. Here, Greg really wants to become closer with Roderick, and knowing this, Roderick abuses this fact and pretends to act like a genuine older brother, so that Greg will set up the entire party while he lays on the couch, and then later locks him in the basement. Now, I didn't go to many high school parties outside of PS4 ones, but I'll be honest, at the ones I did go to, I don't know, I just didn't remember people taking baths in the sink, going X Games mode in the house, and doing the
cha-cha real smooth.
Rowley gets a glimpse of the party and is like, whoa. And his disbelief isn't wrong. Seriously, how do you get a couch on the roof? Also, why does he have a broom with sunglasses on? I mean, he looks clean, but why? Of course, I know these movies are all for fun, but I always think it's funny when grown adults try to portray teenagers. It's like they looked at a few 2010 memes about teenagers on Facebook and said, "How do you do, fellow kids?" Anyways, Greg gets the handle off so that he can take pictures to show his mom. Greg calls it evidence, but for real, if I was Roderick and had pictures that looked like this, I'd show it to her myself. Before the party ends, Greg snaps a few more pictures, and I don't know how he got so many from this one angle, but whatever. The movie cuts to the party ending, and Greg wakes up to a house full of teenagers. And I don't know how some of these guys fell asleep. Like, how do you not move from this position? And why would he decide to sleep up there? Anyways, Greg is pissed, and he decides he's going to tell his parents about the party. And Roderick is just astonished. Like, no way. After I locked you in our basement the entire night after you set up the party, you're upset? No, that's preposterous. Then randomly they get a call that Manny is sick. Yes. And they're on their way home early. So Roderick makes a deal with Greg that if he helps him clean up, he'll owe him a favor. So Greg accepts, cleans up, and somehow in the time that it takes for them to get out of the car and to the front door, Greg and Roderick unhinge a door from the basement, drag it upstairs, replace it with another door, and get the other one back to the basement, which I'm just not gonna question. Eventually, Roderick does give Greg some tips on basically how to abuse his enabler parents to cash in his favor, which I'm not gonna go over because I already did in this video and don't want to repeat stuff. Anyways, their parents leave again, so Greg and Roderick get sent to the old folks' home, and bruh, their grandpa has more hair than the both of them combined. And like the live-action movie, Roderick spits his milk on Greg, and he accidentally goes to the woman's restroom to change. Which, I don't know how you just don't walk in there, realize there's no unirolls, and it doesn't smell like a sewer, and realize you're in the wrong restroom. The old ladies in there with him swipe Greg's pants from underneath the stall, and I don't know why they thought some kid wants to look at old grandmas, but they start creepily chasing him down.
Bears, boys, size small.
What? He does escape the old ladies though. Yo, Fortnite! and returns home, where he accidentally bumps into his mom and drops all the pictures of Roderick's party, leading him to getting grounded, and so Roderick is not allowed to play in the town's talent show, which he had been practicing for months. Roderick is then pissed at Greg because he thinks he snitched on purpose, and Greg really just could have said, "Oh, nah, I dropped them by accident, my bad." But he just stutters and says nothing. A few weeks later, the talent show eventually rolls around, and even though they banned Roderick from playing in the show he practiced for months for, his parents still force him to go to watch his band play without him. I guess we know where Mandy gets it from. When they arrive, wait, real quick, Frank says he's gonna find a spot, but he just needs to turn right. Where is he going? He's parking further away. Anyways, as I was saying, when they arrive, Greg is offered to replace Roderick in his own band. Greg is hesitant, but is considering it. Finally, at the climax of the movie, Greg accepts the invitation to replace Roderick in his own band, and the crowd loves him. But as he looks upon the crowd, he sees Roderick crying, and he realizes that he now must choose between popularity and his brother. Alright, that's enough of that. Anyways, they do end up talking and patching it up, and Greg takes a longer punishment so Roderick can play. And yeah, surprisingly not like terrible, not great, but at least it was better than the first movie. Honestly though, I still wish they made a new movie in the 2D art style. They use it a few times in this movie, and it looks great. I don't know why they just won't stick with this. The 3D isn't terrible, but it just looks kind of off sometimes. I mean, Greg looks like a fish. Here, draw a circle, his ears, eyes, and hey, he kind of looks like Kirby. Here, replace the eyes, a smile, his huge feet, some color, a little blush. Close enough. Yup, Greg Heffley is multi-universal plus, confirmed. But seriously, when you transition the books to a 3D movie, the characters basically become bald. Like, Greg is bald with 3 strands of hair. He's basically Chaozu. And Roderick's barber probably thought he was getting pranked with this hairstyle. But you do have to appreciate Roderick's confidence though, as he claims that his hair is so fire that his backup plan if his band fails is to sell his hair. Like, we love your character and all, Roderick, but I don't know who's gonna want your 46 strands of Play-Doh spaghetti hair. Anyways, that about wraps it up. I just had to address the art style somewhere in this video. But that is indeed the end, so drop a like if you enjoy these style of vids, and check out my other ones, if you want, I guess. Yeah, anyways, I'll see y'all later. Take it easy. Peace.